Hi guys, so welcome to my channel BillyNou. I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different today to what we normally cover on this channel. I recently had a really interesting experience, something that made me question why I do what I do. It made me consider my values, my principles, and it also made me really think about the power of saying no. So I was contacted by an agency representing H&M, and they wanted me to work with them on H&M's newest sustainable collection, which is based around sustainable colour practices. So I'm just going to talk a little bit now about why I was about to say yes to working with H&M. They were offering me a lot of exposure. Like, this was going to be a massive deal for someone like me. My name was potentially going to be sent to 300 influencers. I was going to be tagged in Instagram posts. I was also going to have to tag them in Instagram posts, which I'm not sure I was super comfortable with, but that was part of the proposal. I was also really interested about the fact that I could possibly reach thousands, more than thousands of people, youngsters who buy H&M clothes, who are interested in fast fashion, who don't really think much about what goes on behind a brand, maybe don't even know what natural dye is. Reaching people like that could be something really, really exciting for me, like potentially planting a seed, changing someone's mind, making them think more about fast fashion brands and why they buy the clothes that they buy, how fast fashion brands are influencing them, maybe without them even realizing it. So that was something really appealing to me as well. I was also flattered, like it was such a nice feeling to be contacted by such a huge brand. They found me in amongst a sea of creative, talented people who are out there. So it made me feel like I actually had something to offer, that I was desirable, that I am desirable. I know I'm desirable. And I'm not going to lie, it felt like it could be a game changer for me. A paycheck like that also, is for someone in my position doing what I do, it's hard to say no to that kind of thing. So after sitting with this for a little while, I started to notice that something felt wrong. My intuition was gurgling away somewhere around there, telling me something. So I decided to talk to my friends, my family, my partner. I decided to ask for some advice from people I respect in the industry, just have some chats, just see what they thought. And they were divided. Like, a lot of people I spoke to were like, oh my God, yes, you've got to do it. This is so cool. What a big opportunity for you. Then I would say my hesitations, and then maybe some of them were like, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Maybe you need to think about it a bit more. Other people were just like, no, why are you doing that? Why would you even consider doing something like that with a brand like that after the amount of time and effort and that you've put into your own brand, and also your principles, like your personal principles? Like, is it something that you really see yourself associating with? So obviously I have quite a lot of issues with fast fashion brands like H&M. From a personal perspective, I know how much effort goes into creating a garment or creating a product, or dyeing a garment or dyeing fabric. And when you're paying such a cheap price for a garment or a product, you really have to think who is paying the price for that, because somebody on the other end of the production line is paying a price, somebody or something, usually somebody. And you have to start thinking about if you're okay with that. Maybe you don't care, maybe you just want some cheap clothes, and if that's the case, then cool, that's your choice. If not, then you need to start thinking about what you can do to maybe make a better choice. Maybe you can buy secondhand, maybe you can repair your old clothes, maybe you can clothes swap, maybe you can buy vintage. There's so many options. But I feel like boycotting fast fashion brands like H&M is a pretty good start, because ultimately all they want to do is sell products. All they want to do is drive consumerism. And I feel like anything other that they're trying to promote is kind of just jumping on a trend, trying to say, I know for a fact that I think this year or last year was one of the worst years that a lot of fast fashion brands have had in sales. And it just feels like now they're realizing that consumers are waking up, that they maybe care more about the products that they're buying or where they've come from, and are buying less fast fashion, which is really, really great. But all that these fast fashion brands are doing is seeing what the cool trends are, or cool, I don't know if that's the right word, but for example, something like natural dyes, and then trying to jump on the bandwagon and use that as a selling point to sell more products. For me, that just doesn't sit right. Other issues with fast fashion brands, there's so many: working conditions, pollution, just ethics in general. I mean, if you want to go down the rabbit hole, there's so many documentaries out there exposing what goes on behind the scenes, and I really think it's worth checking them out. But for now, I'll leave it at that. A few personal reasons why I decided to say no to associating myself with a brand like H&M. First of all, I kind of felt like they'd be using my credibility as someone who's totally invested in slow fashion, ethical fashion and sustainability, to sell more of their products. I feel like they are jumping on a trend just to give themselves a bit more credibility, but using my credibility, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's kind of greenwashing in a way. I was thinking about, this is a big one, I was thinking about if they have been using natural dyes and sustainable colour practices for this collection, why are they asking me or any other natural dyer to showcase my work and my perspective? Why aren't they asking the people who actually dyed the garments, who actually are using the sustainable colour practices? Why are they ashamed of that? It feels like they're ashamed of that. Why do they want to use me as someone who's like, I don't know, trendy or something like that to put myself out there? I feel like even if these people are working in factories, do their stories not deserve to be heard? Like, are their talents not as... In fact, their talents are they probably have more talent than I do. They probably know more than I do about natural dyes. Like, why aren't they showcasing these people? Like, this is a really big issue for me. Like, I don't want to be credited or take any credit for anyone else's work. Like, I didn't dye those garments. So for me also, fast fashion just can't be ethical by definition. I even have issues with myself about creating new products. I question myself daily if I'm doing the right thing, if the positives of what I'm doing outweigh the negatives. So I can't really justify working with someone like H&M when I have questions about the way I practice myself. I don't shop at H&M. I used to before I started thinking about fast fashion and the problems associated with it. But I don't shop there. Why would I want to have anything to do with them? I don't agree with their principles. I don't agree with how they run their business model. I don't agree with anything that they do, really. So that's a big reason for me to say no. Even if I didn't have my brand, which is a slow fashion, sustainable, ethical brand, I'm just against it. I'm not interested. I just don't think it's a something that we should be supporting in this day and age. Obviously, I just want to say that anyone who chooses to work with them, I'm not going to judge them, I'm not judging them. This is my personal decision for not working with them, but I can see why someone might be tempted to work with them. I can see that it could be a huge opportunity for some people. But for me personally, working with a brand like that, it's just not worth the risk to kill everything that I believe in, to kill my sense of pride, about my brand that I've built, about my principles and my values. It's just not worth it. So anyway, all of this to say that I think there's power in saying no. I believe in what I'm building with BillyNou, my brand, slowly and sustainably. I'm proud of it, and hopefully the universe will hear my no as a yes to me, and hopefully I can encourage some of you to maybe say yes to you also. And I just wanted to finish this video with a quote from my friend's mum. So when I was asking everybody all the questions about what they think I should do, my friend said her mum always says that good decisions always leave you in peace, which really resonated with me. So there's our friends there. Yeah, so a good decision always leaves you in peace. So hopefully you can take that away with you.